Hey true believers, welcome back to Supreme Book Dealer. My name is Wes, and today we're swinging through the bustling streets of Brooklyn with a superhero who's not your typical web slinger. I'm talking about Miles Morales' Spider-Man by Jason Reynolds. And if you're a fan of dynamic characters, urban adventures, and a fresh take on the Spider-Man legacy, you're in for a web tasting treat. See what I did there? Web tasting treat. All right, we're gonna move on. Before we dive into the Spider-Verse, let me give you a quick overview of the book. Miles Morales' Spider-Man follows the life of Miles, a teenager juggling the challenges of high school, family, and of course, the responsibilities that come with being Spider-Man. Jason Reynolds brings a fresh voice to the iconic character, creating a narrative that's both relatable and action-packed. Let's jump into the review, but first, before we even do that, I just want to shout out Jason Reynolds, who's probably one of my favorite authors of all time, definitely my favorite author right now. He's also written books such as Long Way Down and All American Boys, so the fact that he's written this Spider-Man adventure is pretty cool. But let's jump back into the review. So one of the highlights of this book is the dynamic characterization of Miles Morales. Jason Reynolds really breathes new light into the character, giving us a deep dive into Miles' thoughts, into his struggles, and into his aspirations. A lot of inner and outer story is being told in this book, and the complexity of his character adds so many layers to the superhero narrative, making Miles feel like a real person with real challenges. So another thing that really stands out is the setting. The urban atmosphere of Brooklyn is vividly portrayed in this book. And as a person who's from New York, I'm not from Brooklyn, but I'm from New York, I'm from the Bronx, but I could picture the Brooklyn that I know, the Brooklyn that I visit all the time. It feels real in this book. And Reynolds really captures the essence of the neighborhood, making it more than just a backdrop for superhero action. The setting becomes an integral part of Miles' story, grounding the narrative and giving readers a sense of the world that he navigates both with and without his mask. Such a good job with the setting. Another core aspect of this book is themes such as identity and responsibility, right? So as its core, Miles Morales' Spider-Man delves into themes of identity and responsibility. Miles grapples with what it means to be Spider-Man and how that identity intersects with his cultural heritage. The narrative invites readers to explore the weight of responsibility and the choices one must make when wearing the mask. And this is nothing new in the world of Spider-Man, but in Miles Morales, it is really well done. So I also really appreciate James Reynolds' writing style. I mean, I always appreciate it, but I definitely appreciate it in this book. Jason Reynolds' writing style is engaging and accessible. He seamlessly weaves together Miles' internal monologue, action sequences, and moments of humor. The prose is both captivating and relatable, and this book really has it all, making Miles Morales' Spider-Man a book that's easy to get lost in. I mean, you sit down on a Sunday afternoon, you could go through 100 pages easily. That's how good this book is. It also connects to the Spider-Man legacy. While Miles Morales is a relatively new addition to the Spider-Man legacy, I know diehard fans will say he's not. I'm just talking about in the historical context of Spider-Man as a whole. He's newer. I mean, he's obviously not new. He didn't just come this year, but you get what I'm saying. He's newer in the world of Spider, right? In the legacy. This book does an excellent job of connecting him to a larger Spider, right? Fans of the classic Spider-Man stories will find familiar themes woven into Miles' journey, and it creates a sense of continuity and homage to the iconic character. Miles Morales also has a significant impact on representation in the superhero genre. The book brings diversity to the forefront, offering readers a superhero whose experience and cultural background are an integral part of the narrative, right? It's not just about Spider-Man, it's also very much about who Miles Morales is as a person, right? It's a step forward in creating a more inclusive and representative comic book landscape. Before I give you my final thoughts, there is one tiny problem I have with this book. I think that the main conflict takes too long for us to get to. I do think that everything else about this book is fantastic, but I just wish that the main conflict almost comes at the very end of the book. Definitely in that third act, when I think that we should have been introduced to this main conflict much sooner. And that's my biggest discrepancy with this book. But other than that, no other complaints. So what's my overall impression of Miles Morales' Spider-Man? Well, I think it's a fantastic addition to the Spider-Man canon that not only respects the legacy of the character, but also brings a new depth and perspective. Jason Reynolds delivers a compelling narrative that will resonate with both longtime fans and those just discovering Spider-Verse. I mean, this book is super dope, and I think that it does justice to fans of Spider-Man and anyone who is picking this book up for the first time and has no idea who Spider-Man is. Shout out to you, Jason Reynolds, for doing such an amazing job. All right, that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining me in this review of Miles Morales Spider-Man by Jason Reynolds. If you've read the book, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't, I hope this review has inspired you to swing by your local bookstore and pick up a copy. Swing by. See what I did there again? All right, never mind. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more book reviews and super heroic discussions here on Supreme Book Dealer. Again, my name is Wes, and as always, be well and keep reading. And peace.